Hi everyone, this is Suzette for Cloudy Sky today. Today I am going to frame something. I had two pictures that were of odd shapes, and what I mean by that is that the opening did not fit a standard mat. So I couldn't buy the frame already pre-matted. So I bought a frame and then I went online and found a place that did custom mats and did my openings. And because I wanted two openings of two different sizes, I'll walk you through it, what I did. Hi again, my name is Suzette, and yes, I'm the administrator of Cloudyside today. And if you ever need to reach me, it's at info@cloudyskytoday.com. So here's some of the tools I use. I had a measuring tape, which I can't locate right at this moment. I have my art images. I already put them in the frame, so I can't show you those images quite. Actually, here's my measuring tape. I totally forgot I took pictures of these. Here are my art images. I also took images of these before so I could color match. You notice this green in here. Very important. You'll see why later. You should notice the green in there. Here's the other image. And we'll get to the dimensions shortly. I'm jumping ahead of myself. I'm just showing you what tools I use. I bought some mats, which is what I'm going to show you. Frame I picked up at my local hobby store. I already had the linen hinging tape, as you can see, it's the same one here. Oh, well, I have it upside down, so I guess I could rotate it. But you can see it's the same one I have right here. And of course, some scissors or some other thing to cut with, because you're going to need to cut this linen tape. I eventually end up using a box cutter, but a sharp scissors, unfortunately, found out my scissors were dull, would be better. So there I measured the frame. The frame I decided to get, and I know I kind of putting this out here, was an 18 by 24. They were on sale, it was a 2 for 1. I could have gotten a 16 by 20, but I wanted enough mat coverage because this image was already 12 inches in length, even though the image itself is only 10 and 5/8, but because of the kind of print it is with the white edges, it also has a signature that I want to capture. And also I don't want to cut it just in case, because there are some prints that do have value. So taking into account that, it's 12 up, even if I turn 16 by 20 and use but I have two, so I wouldn't want the 16, would have to be the 20. 12, 16, that'll be only 2 inches on the top, 2 inches on the bottom. You get the idea. I'm not trying to cut it. I decided to go a little bit more, and I will share that with you shortly. Here, this one was 12 by 12, so placing it, I needed to center it again. I wasn't planning on cutting the images. Now, to create the custom mat, I did research online, and this was the only one that allowed me to have two different sizes openings. There may be others, but I will share this with you right now. So here I went to this site, and they have a nice little board that you can use. Let me see if I can get this a little bit bigger. And you can select the dimensions that you want of the outer mat, and then you can select the dimensions of the inner mat, and it also allows you, well, here I'm selecting different colors. I wanted a color that unified both pictures, since I'm putting both pictures in the same frame. And just to give you a taste while I'm doing the matte selection. Here I started off with like an off-white matte, just to give you an idea what I eventually decided to go with. I also even tried, there I selected the black core because I do like the black core because I wanted to go with the black frame. I didn't want the, even though it does have a little bit of white, but the whole idea what it shows is the black underneath. Well, it has a white core. I just chose double mats where one is black and one is green. I don't know why I said. There are some mats that, you know, when they're cut has like a black edge. This one didn't, has a white, but that's okay because there's a little white in here where the signature part is. I think it looks good this way. So there I'm adjusting the image because I wanted this one to center off that one. Because this one is, I believe, was 12 by 12. This one was a, well, maybe 7 by 7, 9 by 9. This one was the one I think that was 12. See, I have a nice amount of matte up here and a nice amount of matte down there. Doesn't look too skimpy. I did work out. I mean, you could go get stuff custom matte and framed. Well, you could do custom matte and buy the frame like I did in the hobby stores, but sometimes the prices are a little bit different. And with this one, I believe I got the custom matte for less than $50. And I could always double check that because I do have my, okay, and the next thing I did was assemble the matte art and the frame because once the mats came in the mail, it was game time. And here I am, all I'm doing is opening the box, just being very careful. I'm using the scissors to cut the tape. I don't want to end up cutting through the cardboard and cutting the mat itself. And they really taped this down very good. So I was taking my time removing the tapes. Now there you can see the mat with its openings. I'm taking out the images. I kept them in an envelope and then now, I'm gonna use the linen tape, just put a little bit of tape on top and then put the image on the tape and then slide the image under the openings and try and get it as lined up as possible. Because the only place I really wanted white to show was on the bottom. Yeah, I had a hard time angling the camera to look on the table while I was working. And of course, it's already framed now, so I'm not going to take it out to do it again. So pretty much this, just to let you know, between the frame and the mats, even with shipping, under $100. So I think that's pretty good because, a lot of times when you get something custom frame, it can be well over $100. So you can get a decent frame for under, and I got two of these. So even at the price I paid, two for one. And I had the images. These were free images on from one of the cruises when you go to the art show. Of course, this was back before, 2020. I think the last time I was on a cruise was 2019. So there I am. I'm assembling the image to the mats. Now I'm doing the second one, and they're calling. and Mediterranean and Beauty, but I can't remember which one is because they're both beautiful. Let's be honest, they're both beautiful paintings. Or in my case, I'm not sure if these are serial lithographs or just prints, but they're beautiful, and that's what matters. And it's signed by the artist. So I wanted that to show. It's from Emile Bellett. So I like to not just put the tape on top. I also like to put a little tape on the bottom so it doesn't shift. I don't put the tape all around. You can do that too. Some people do that, but this way I can save a little bit on the linen tape. So I put some on the bottom, some on the top. And this is where I had to switch to the knife because those scissors were dull trying to cut the tape, and it was getting all spongy at the end. You know, you can tell from the dull scissor. No, this injury was not from the box cutter. This was from trying to close it in, trying to close these in the back, trying to get these to line back up so that they can be closed. So now I take the frame out once I got the artwork nicely into the mat. And I took the plastic off the frames. There I am opening the little claps at the back. Remove the placeholder picture. And then I'm gonna lay, now this is a little bit thicker than the placeholder picture. So that's one thing, depending on how many mats you use, you gotta worry about the depth of your frame. It made it a little bit hard to, you know, close. And I had some difficulty. There I am showing you the, and then there's my setup. You could see the reflection in there. Can you see the, is there a reflection in this one too? And that, my dear friends, is how you can get yourself a piece of art. Oh, one thing I didn't say, make sure when you put it in, whatever you're hanging back, because these come with hanging things, is like in my case, this is the top. So I want the hanging top. I don't want it the other way. So you do want to pay attention to that when you're putting in the mat. And that was it. And if you have any questions, I would love to hear from you. You can, you know, like, subscribe if you like this kind of content. And if you have any suggestions, please reach out to me. Alrighty. Thank you. Thank you for joining me today on my little adventure on framing artwork. This is a way you can measure out your artwork, you know, use the tape measure to measure and also do your own custom mats in a standard frame. It will help save you a little bit of money, so I hope you found that tip very helpful, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.